RIP the Xbox One. Cause of death, a complete lack of vital software, the ability to play all major exclusives on a far superior PC, and the fact the PS4 is just so far ahead in every respect, it's not even funny. Once upon a time, Microsoft easily dominated the gaming market during the days of the Xbox 360. Ease of use, array of attention-grabbing exclusives, smooth online services, and lightning-quick system updates were all the things that Sony simply couldn't deliver on the PlayStation 3, but have subsequently nailed on the PlayStation 4. Sure, Sony have been spending just as much time as Microsoft have pushing gimmicky hardware on us, but the main difference between the two consoles is most apparent in their console-exclusive software.
As far as AAA games go, Sony's exclusives are nothing short of marvelous, bringing us everything from stunning, action-packed RPGs to futuristic open-world adventures, web-slinging heroics, and Lovecraftian horrors. Looking past all of these massive titles that everyone has heard of and hopefully played, if not, please get off your butt and buy Bloodborne for the love of God of War. There are great things on the horizon. Zero Dawn. Puns aside, looking past all of these massive titles, there are still plenty of underrated and overlooked gems on the PlayStation 4 that absolutely deserve the attention of video game lovers with impeccable taste, such as yourselves. So with that in mind, who's for a little R&R, because he is rich.
And she's Rach.
And these are 10 insanely underrated PS4 games you must play. Number 10, The Last Guardian. Despite being on the cards for 8 years, or precisely because of that, when The Last Guardian finally released, people were very quick to dismiss its charms, somewhat mislabeling a certain gameplay mechanic as a broken feature. That being the act of getting your pal Trico to actually do what you want him to do. Like Ico and Shadow of the Colossus before it, The Last Guardian involves a lot of physics-based platforming, shadow demon fighting, and a sense of scale literally no other developer even comes close to. It's precisely because of Trico's initial reluctance to heed your commands that everything pays off when he does. And the elation and fist-punching sensation of cheering on this very good boy when he bursts through a wall to come to your rescue. Oh, moments like these and many more help create the best video game creature that there's ever been. Sensitive souls like myself might want to stock up on tissues for that ending though.
Number 9, Ronin. Big fan of Mark of the Ninja? Well, you're gonna like this. Whilst mechanically it's a completely different beast, the basic idea of sleuthing through environments littered with baddies, avoiding alarms and taking out said baddies in a quick, orderly fashion, Ronin is a 2D action platformer for the PS4 you absolutely need to try. Here's the kicker though, take your real-time expectations of this game and throw them out the window. Ronin drops some turn-based shenanigans on you. Once you're up close and personal with some highly trained goons, you need to plan your attack. See where they're aiming, get out of the way, jump into position, and stab. Dead. Nice. Made by a solemn bloke, it may not have the biggest budget or the best graphics, but similar to the time-bending shake-up super hard delivered to the FPS genre, you're gonna have a great time playing this almost chess-like side-scroller, stealthing about and slashing from the shadows. Brilliant.
Number 8, Let It Die. Think action RPG. Take away most of the story and add the most quirky, Eastern-humoured tropes and over-the-top gory kills that you can think of, and that is Let It Die. Created by one of the barmiest developers of them all, Suda51, Let It Die is a free-to-play game that takes the one-person-against-the-world structure and injects it with a number of really cool, innovative mechanics. Dying means that you'll end up either fighting in another player's game as a hater or as a formidable foe on your own next turn. There's a loot system constantly changing up how much damage you can dole out and take, mushrooms to eat or throw at enemies in a story filled with hilarious characters like a skateboard-riding Mexican Grim Reaper called Uncle Death. Because video games. Thankfully, all of these elements come together to form a free-to-play game actually worth your time, with premium currency that is very easily grinded, meaning you can enjoy a sizable amount of this exclusive without paying a penny.
Number 7, Galax Z. Remember asteroids? That old thing. Remember Thunderbirds? That old thing. Remember Japan? I say remember, it's not exactly gone anywhere. Remember when Japan did a Thunderbirds cartoon? You know, Jerry and Sylvia Anderson's show? Well, they did. It was called Thunderbirds 2086 and it looks ridiculous. Anyway, stick all of that in a blender and pour out Galax Z, a pretty tricky twin-stick space shooter with roguelike elements. You never know what's past that coming asteroid. Piloting a cel-shaded ship armed to the teeth with plasma weapons, missiles, and the like, which can transform into a mech with a laser sword, because yeah, and even a little jump button enabling you to delicately hop over enemy fire, Galax Z throws everything at you. Enemies, obstacles, death, you name it. Venturing out into space has never been more spectacular. Bringing down aliens, exploring, and continuing the storyline is a blast, all while grabbing enough currency to tide you over when you're inevitably blasted to bits in the blackness of space. It may take a while to get used to, but Galax Z is definitely worth your time, if not just for that title itself.
Get it? It's Galaxy, it's a pun. Number 6. World of Final Fantasy. While Final Fantasy XV went multi-platform, Sony nailed down the most fan-focused project that Square Enix have ever made, World of Final Fantasy, a tribute to every past installment in the franchise. By reintroducing actual turn-based combat to the series for the first time since 2009, yes, really, the satisfaction returned from taking out enemies one hit at a time, bursting out the occasional summon, and planning out when to heal and drop stat-boosting potions. World of Final Fantasy's story framework is very Kingdom Hearts, seeing a brother-sister combo journey through every past Final Fantasy world, minus in part Final Fantasy II, meeting up with all sorts of chibi-based versions of iconic characters and enemies. There's everyone from Squall, Tidus, Tifa, and Lightning to Choco Chicks, Behemoths, and stalwart gods like Ifrit and Bahamut. Basically, it's a love letter to fans, and as the game ostensibly plays like Pokemon, as you catch new creatures in battle, it's that beloved collect-em-all mentality applied to one of the richest entertainment properties of all time.
Number 5. Alienation. I'm sure you've played a top-down shooter before. Hotline Miami, Dead Ops Arcade, and even Galax Z from earlier on in this list sort of counts. Enter Alienation from developers Housemarque. Technically not completely top-down since it's isometric, but hey, it'll do. Like a controllable fireworks display of plasma weaponry and bits of aliens flying about, Alienation puts you and some friends to the task of surviving waves and waves of surprisingly alien enemies. There's something so therapeutic about the gunplay of Alienation. It'll carry you from start to finish of the story mode or through whatever co-op shenanigans you and your pals are up to. Layered on top of this are class-based abilities focused on healing and damage boosting, making co-op quite the experience. Get your chums around a TV and go wild, popping alien heads like you're stomping on grapes.
Number 4. Yakuza Zero. From one fantastic franchise to another, Yakuza has finally seen a decent effort put into its advertising in the West, as Sega realised there was a huge number of fans here who'd like nothing more than to crush heads with vicious martial arts kicks, wander the streets of neon-soaked Japan, and indulge in some of their own old-school classic video games. Indeed, Yakuza Zero is a prequel to the standard series, making it the perfect place to jump in. You'll play as both franchise regular Kazuma Kiryu alongside one Majima, a constantly allegiance-switching friend/enemy. Together, Yakuza's story plays out with Metal Gear Solid's most overblown plot twists, lots of anime-esque brutality in its fight scenes, and Dragon Ball Z-influenced power-up scenes, where characters yell to the heavens before ripping off their shirts and unveiling intimidating back tattoos. Think GTA minigames and emulated Sega classics meets Tekken Force mode, and you're about halfway there.
Number 3. Gravity Rush 2. Sometimes a game comes about which offers all new ways of playing or interacting with an environment. One of those titles was Resident Evil 7, now playing in a first-person viewpoint and being pretty damn excellent, especially in VR on the PlayStation 4. 4 days prior, however, another title with a new means of going about things released, and that was Gravity Rush 2. Most people kept their pennies in their pockets ready for Resi 7, so Gravity Rush 2 was somewhat swept under the rug. It's a shame, as Sony's physics-bending action-adventure had an incredible art style, comic book cutscenes, and amazing world exploration. Main protagonist Kat can change the direction of gravity any which way she likes, meaning you can take off before fly falling onto other platforms littered about. Combat is full-on Platinum game style, a mix of light and heavy attacks, plus putting gravity to good use by flinging parts of the environment at your enemies. Wrap things up with an all-killing finisher and you're good to go. Get this game out from under the rug. Go on.
Number 2. Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony. Perhaps one of the most addictively fascinating visual novel murder mystery games you will ever play, Danganronpa V3 is the fourth and most recent entry in this series full of twists and turns, betrayal, murder, victory, and despair. Step into the shoes of one of 16 high school students that awaken trapped inside an abandoned school, with the only way out alive being to kill another of their classmates and get away with it. One day you can be spending some peaceful quality time with someone you're enjoying getting to know, and the next they've wound up dead and you're being forced to investigate their murder. With an ending that blows everything this series has thrown at us so far right out of the water, Danganronpa V3 is the culmination of an incredible investment into its world and its characters, and while the entire series is a must-play for story game enthusiasts, it is V3 that will really catch your breath, stop your heart, and stay with you forever. Still not over that first-class trial. Oh, my freaking heart, man.
Number 1, Tetris Effect. I'm on this list, so either Roller Coaster Tycoon or Tetris was going to be name dropped, and since we're talking PS4, the latter wins this round. I know it's on PC now too, but it's on Epic, so it doesn't count. Shut up. Tetris Effect was genuinely one of the biggest surprises of 2018. I mean, it's Tetris. It's been around for about 30 years and it's barely changed. We know what to expect, right? Well, no, you don't. Named after the eponymous phenomenon of seeing blocks in your mind when trying to sleep or do anything else, Effect makes Tetris less of a blunt video game and more of a beautiful, emotional, auditory experience. Yes, it looks like Tetris, plays like it too, but the background visuals, the music, even the vibrations to the beat and your gameplay felt through the controller transcends you to a new plane of existence. Playing in VR too makes the experience all the more engrossing. Seriously, I know I bash on about this game a lot, but play it. If you've not touched Tetris since the Game Boy, give Effect a go. In all honesty, I played the big three of 2018, Red Dead 2, Spider-Man, and God of War, and Tetris Effect is honestly up there with them. Do yourself a favor, play this game. Play it on your PS4, play it on PC, just plug your headphones in, and I'll see you on whatever planet this gorgeous masterpiece of a game took me to.
And that's our list. Thank you so much everyone for watching. What are your favourite PlayStation 4 exclusives that you feel like everyone needs to know about? Let us know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe to us for lists every single day. Once again, my name has been Rach.
And I've been Rich. Don't forget to follow us both on Twitter at Don'tRageQuit and at PickUpChangeToe, and we'll see you soon.